Pay attention to what I am about to say, for what I'm about to share with you has the power to transform your daily life. In a world that often celebrates grandeur and excess, it's easy to overlook the simple things that bring us joy and fulfillment. But what if I told you that the key to a more meaningful life lies in cultivating reverence for the everyday? You might be thinking, what's so special about the ordinary? But that's precisely the point. We often don't see the beauty in it. We get caught up in our busy lives, chasing after more, and in the process, we miss out on the subtle yet profound experiences that surround us. The ancient Greeks understood this well. Heraclitus, for instance, noted that the way up and the way down are one and the same. He meant that the path to enlightenment isn't some grand, sweeping gesture, but rather a series of small, mindful steps. Take, for example, the simple act of walking. We do it every day, often without even thinking about it. But have you ever stopped to consider the intricate web of sensations involved in every step? The feeling of your feet touching the ground, the movement of your legs, the rhythm of your breath. It's a remarkable process, really. And yet, we usually take it for granted. The Stoics, in particular, were masters of appreciating the simple things. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "The universe is change, our life is what our thoughts make it." He understood that it's not the external events that determine our experience, but rather our internal response to them. When we cultivate gratitude for the everyday, we begin to see the world in a new light. Imagine you're having a conversation with a friend, and they share with you a story about a difficult time in their life. As you listen, you start to feel a sense of empathy and understanding. You realize that their struggles are not so different from your own. And in that moment, you feel a deep connection to them. That's what I'm talking about, finding the beauty in the mundane, and using it to connect with others and with ourselves. But how do we cultivate this sense of reverence? It starts with attention. Remember what I am about to say, because it's crucial. When we pay attention to our experiences, we begin to notice the intricate web of sensations, emotions, and thoughts that make up our lives. We start to see that even in the most mundane moments, there is beauty and complexity. For instance, think about the last time you had a cup of coffee or tea. Did you really taste it, or were you distracted by your thoughts? Did you notice the aroma, the texture, the way the flavors danced on your tongue? Probably not. We usually don't. But what if you did? What if you took a moment to truly experience the simple pleasure of a warm beverage on a chilly morning? And now, the real question. When we slow down and pay attention, we begin to appreciate the small things. We start to see that life is not just about achieving some grand goal, but about the subtle moments of joy and beauty that make it worth living. The Epicureans, for example, believed that the key to happiness was not in accumulating wealth or status, but in living a simple life, surrounded by nature and good friends. They understood that true fulfillment comes not from external sources, but from within. Now, I want you to pause here for a moment. Think about this. What are some simple pleasures in your life that you've been taking for granted? Share your answer below. Take a moment to reflect on the small things that bring you joy. As you reflect on your own experiences, you might notice that there's a sense of melancholy that often accompanies our appreciation of the simple things. We might think, why did it take me so long to notice this? Or why do I have to appreciate it now, when it's already passing? That's a natural response. But here's the thing, it's never too late to start. In fact, that's one of the most powerful aspects of cultivating gratitude for the everyday. It's always available to us, regardless of our circumstances. Whether we're experiencing joy or sorrow, we can find beauty in the simple things. The medieval Christian philosopher, Thomas Aquinas, wrote that gratitude is a virtue that inclines us to acknowledge the benefits we have received. He understood that gratitude is not just a feeling, but a choice to acknowledge the good things in our lives, no matter how small they may seem. So, how can we apply this wisdom to our modern lives? In a world that's increasingly fast-paced and technology-driven, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle. But what if we took a step back and re-evaluated our priorities? What if we started to see the beauty in the everyday, and used it to connect with others and with ourselves? Imagine you're at work, and you're feeling overwhelmed by your tasks. Instead of getting caught up in stress and anxiety, take a moment to appreciate the simple things, the feeling of your feet on the ground, the sound of your colleagues' voices, the smell of the coffee machine. It's not about escaping from reality, but about finding a deeper sense of connection to it. Does this resonate with you, or do you think differently? I read every comment, tell me below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. As we navigate our modern world, it's easy to feel disconnected from the natural world and from each other. But what if we used the simple things to bridge that gap? What if we started to see the beauty in the everyday, and used it to cultivate a sense of reverence and gratitude? This is where most people stop. They think that gratitude is something you feel when good things happen to you. But true gratitude is a choice to see the beauty in the everyday, no matter what your circumstances. Subscribe to continue this journey. New wisdom arrives every week, and you'd like to explore more ideas like this, consider subscribing to our channel. We're always exploring new ways to cultivate a deeper sense of connection and meaning in our lives. As you go about your day, I encourage you to take a moment to appreciate the simple things. Take a deep breath, notice the sensations in your body, and see the beauty in the world around you. Which of these lessons resonated most with you today? Share this with someone who needs to hear it and comment below. I read every single one. And as you reflect on your own experiences, remember that the power to transform your life lies not in some grand gesture, but in the small, mindful moments that make up your day. In the end, it's not about achieving some grand goal or accumulating wealth and status. It's about finding meaning and beauty in the everyday. It's about cultivating a sense of reverence for the simple things, and using it to connect with others and with ourselves. As you close this video, I invite you to take one final moment to reflect on the simple things in your life. What are you grateful for today? What small pleasures have you been taking for granted? Take a moment to appreciate them and see the world in a new light.